Hey guys, Neon Nezzy, back again with another Destiny6 video. Today we're going to be looking at Crosic. I'm going to tell you guys what I do with this dungeon, or this, all of it is actually daily dungeon, but there's only one scenario in a call daily dungeon. We have Giants, Enhanced dungeons, daily dungeons, and the Descendant dungeon. So every day I do the Giants dungeon twice, the Enhanced dungeons twice, and the daily dungeons twice, which I think is the most effective way to do it, because every time you clear it, you can do the Giants dungeons 3 times, right? So I think I've already cleared it once today, and then I'm just going to go ahead and clear it 3 more times again, because I've already used 100 rubies to refresh this. I don't know what to call it, the counter. Then I'm going to go into the Enhanced dungeons. I'm going to spend 100 rubies onto that. Then I will go into the Descended dungeon, at which point I will only farm the 4-star unit if it is a 4-star unit that I like. So this is my team right here for Giants. Jun, go over there. Get the cooldown reduction. Nice. We're just going to wait around. Giant, from my experience, generally does a knockback on his second ability. It's always almost on the second move that he does. You get the knockback. You just need to dodge this. Gunter, land the shock. And goodbye. So we're not going to obviously do everything here. I just want to show you guys how I do daily dungeons, because I feel this is by far, or daily Crosic, because I feel this is by far the most efficient you can get. After this, you're going to be starting to pay 200 and then 300 and then I think 400 for daily refreshes, which I think is not beneficial at all. And you can also do it again for the Imperial Grimlock. Enhanced dungeons, I would suggest whichever dungeon you have the most of, start farming that one, and the one that you have the least of, start farming that one. So for me, I have the least of rock, so I'm just going to reset the counter here. I'm going to go into here with my speed team. I can actually make this team a lot faster if I just go Gunter, and then I swear to God I have him. There we go. So let's just go ahead, click this, show you guys my team over here. This team is actually pretty fast. If I don't get knockdowns, I mean, it's RNG, right? But if I don't get knockdowns or frozen, I can generally complete it within 30 seconds. So let me just click the auto button over here. My AI has to be pretty smart about it, right? Okay. Rock Bonito just does some incredible work. His attacks are way too fast. Yep, got knocked down. You see what I'm talking about? So most likely not gonna fulfill the... Oh my god, double knockdown. But this should not take me more than... It shouldn't take me more than a minute. Okay, so this was like, I think, 42 seconds then. Ooh, 4-star Enhanced Dragoon, which if you guys go to my video where I say how to evolve your units most efficiently, I explain everything there, what to do with which star of Dragoons, or which grade of Dragoons. So then we have the daily dungeon. Here, we're not going to get into it because it just would take too long. I do have auto teams, so I would suggest, right now, there are all 3 are available, right? So whichever you are lacking, I would suggest you go and do that one. But in every other day, what's going to happen is you're going to have the Primal Titan for sure, and it's going to be either Feral or Stalwart or Robust. So what I do is I do 1 Primal, and then I reset the clock, and then I go into Feral. Basically, I farm 1 Primal every day, and then 1 of the Rock, Paper, Scissor every day, because regardless of what unit you're trying to awaken, you're gonna need the specific awakening material, whether it be Rock, Paper, or Scissor, but you're always going to need the drops from the Primal, which I forget what they're called. Basic awakening material. And then the Descended dungeon, from my experience, only lasts for an entire week. So first day, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to clear the hell, or I mean, sorry, you're going to first have to clear the hard, and then you're going to have to go into hell. So from hard, I never do this because there hardly is ever anything that I need to get done. But I'm not sure if this team can, I might have to manual this. I'm just going to try and get it done as quick as possible. So from the hard, you will get five fragments from my experience. I don't know how much you get from hell, so let's find out. I don't think you're going to get the same amount of fragments though. If you get five, at least five from the first time that you do, then so like let's just say the first time that you do it in hard mode, right? Because you have to do hard mode to get into hell mode. You do that, you probably get 5 fragments there, and you need 50 fragments to summon, so you are probably going to have 45 fragments left. And then you have 6 more days to farm 45, so you're going to be needing at least 7 or 8. So let's just see if we can get that many from the hell. Basically, I would do this if there were units that you must have, 4-star units. They rotate every week. So this week we have Luna and I think Griffin. And next week I think we're getting Tyler and someone else. So Tyler, Soho, Sierra, Chrono. Those are just some units that I would farm the daily dungeons for. I mean these specific dungeons for. And I don't even need to manual this. If they would use any skill, like any skill. Any skill that they could have used, any skill. The AI just so stupid, man. Okay. Yep, we got 8 over here. So basically, if you get 8 or anywhere between 8 to 10 and 5 from your first try in hard, and 8 to 10 or like 5 to 10 from hell, you should be able to summon at least one of your 4-star units by the end of every week. So if there is a must-have 4-star unit, go for it. And it doesn't matter if you have to manual it, because you can only clear it once a day. You can't even refresh it. Because if you could refresh it, people could potentially just farm a ton of 4-star fodders, right? So let me just go into summonings. You're not going to do any summons. Well, let me just say this. Every day, as you do daily quests, you'll be getting a lot of these scrolls right here. Evolved Material Summoning Scrolls. What you want to do with these is just summon them. Basically, what I just did in the Carlota video, I did a ton of summons, right? I did a lot of summons, and we just got a 5-star here. That's my first 5-star ever. What element is it going to be? It's going to be rock. We're going to summon again because we do have 18 more, so we can only do summon 10 one more time, and this is it. Only 3-star units, which is fine. A lot of rock. So now we're going to go into heroes. So basically, I've just finished a summon session, and now I have just summoned all the materials that I want to summon. I have been farming a ton of enhanced daily dungeons, so I have all of these Ragoons over here. And if you guys look over here in my monster box or unit box, you guys will notice that a lot of my units have been awakened. Look at that. All of them have been awakened. None of the same 2 have been awakened. And I started feeding a bunch this morning, so there were a lot more that were awakened, but I started feeding a bunch more this morning. Why do I do this? Let me show you guys really quick. Basically, when you awaken certain units that you don't have for the first time, they give you reward in your codex. The best rewards is the rewards that you get when you collect 40, 50, and 55 of a specific faction. So right here, this is my first time awakening a Scissor, what's the thing called? A Scissor Caesar. So if I go down over here into Codex, where is Codex? If I go into Codex over here into the Collection Codex, since he is from the Sylva's faction and I just got 50 heroes right here, I can now collect this title, which gives me Abyss Walker, which is basically going to give me a ton of HP. So that was a title skill. You want to awaken heroes because when you get 40, you get a legendary scroll for that specific faction. At 50, you get a specific title for that specific faction. So Sylvis is going to boost HP, Medina is going to boost attack, Inua is going to buff defense, Jin is going to buff crit rate, and Tragar is going to buff crit rate and crit damage, I think. I mean, they buff like some of them even buff like 2 stats, like crit rate and crit damage, but Jin does a lot of crit rate. It's the only title that gives you 10% crit rate. And how do you get it? You can only get once, and that is by awakening, collecting and awakening. So basically go to your hero codex, look at your units, right? And just say like, just go over it and just say like, oh fine, so these are the units I don't have, these are the units I don't have. Go ahead into your summoning session. Once you do your summoning session, check if you get any of these specific heroes or specific units, go ahead and awaken them. Of course, awakening does take a lot of materials, but once you've been playing the game for as long as I have, which is basically like a month and a half now, or not even a month and a half, about a month and a half, you're going to have a lot of materials. And all I do is farm the enhanced daily dungeons twice. That's all I do. And I have more than enough to awaken and also awaken some of my core 5-star units, core 4-star units. So let's go back over here, and now this is what you do, okay? Once you've awakened and you are sure that you have nothing else to do, what you're going to do is go into your 3 stars, find 3-star fodder. The best thing that you could do for a 3-star fodder is feed it a 2-star enhanced Dragoon of the same element. So if I had a 3-star Dragoon of paper, for Hector it would go up to 28, and if I got a multiplication of 1.5 or 2, it would go up to 30. However, I have stopped farming. Alright, I have completely stopped farming Hell mode, and I only do Nightmare these days. So, so now I already have his awakened. I don't need to awaken him anymore. So basically, just use these skill ups. Now I have a 4-star fodder. Go over here again, enhance, select something that I don't need. I mean, the best thing really to do is to get 2-star Dragoons, because 3-star Dragoons are just overkill. But once you are late game, I mean, I wouldn't say I'm late game, but I guess I'm breaking into late game. Once you're at the point where I am, you just start using a fodder however you please, because you're not really concerned about units that you want to stack up, because you probably already have a lot of core units and on a lot of your core teams. So now that I have a bunch of 4-star fodder, I'm going to go ahead and make a bunch of the 4-star that I don't need or that I know I'm not going to use, such as I know for a fact, Caesar, I'm sorry, you just look ugly and you put that little dog through so much crap, so you're just going to be fodder to me. I'm going to go over here and find 4 3-star units that I have now made a level 4, like this right here, and just evolve him. And basically just do this again and again and again and again and again, at which point you just have so much fodder. Like, if you look at my unit box, the units on my top over here, these are the units that I use a lot. These right here, and the Ignis and the Tian Jin somewhere down below, and the Soho. But other than that, everybody else, they're all fodder. They're all fodder. And I have 240 spaces, and just look at all the fodder I have. So what I'm going to be doing for the next 15 or so minutes is just clicking on this guy, feeding a enhanced Dragoon into him, and then I'm going to repeat this 4 times, and then feed those 4 units into some other 4-star hero that I already have at level 40. Just keep going it, stack up fodder. This will also help you clear your inventory of any waste, and it's just going to help you progress through the game, okay? So make sure that before you feed your units, make sure that first of all this is how you're feeding your units, and also before you feed your units, make sure that you're awakening them to expand on your collection codex. So now let me just go into a Hell mode over here. People said they wanted to see my Hell mode team. So yesterday I showcased my Nightmare team, so let me just show you guys my Hell mode team. We're going to do Jin, Hell, and I think Inua and Medina are by far the hardest boss stages to farm, simply because they have a lot of crowd control. However, it is the boss stage that you want to farm because you get runes or orbs from 1, 2, 3, 4 slots, as well as you only have to go through 2 stages. There's the first trash wave with a few elite monsters, and then you have the final stage. So this is not my full team. What I actually do is, whoops. So I have Rock Benito as my main damage dealer, and then I bring in Adonis, if I can find him. Where is he? Okay. Adonis over here. And I think the boss is Rock. I mean, no, he's Scissor. So I should have an advantage. So basically what you want to do is get this 3-star clear grade, so you do more damage, you take less damage, have an advantage. Get a team that just does damage. If you want, yes, you can play it safe. For example, over here I have Adonis to play it safe. You can even have someone else over here. You could have Paper Soho and Paper Sierra, the team that we talked about in one of my videos. If you guys haven't checked out the video, go and check it out. It's one of the fastest teams in the game. It's a pretty farmable team considering that there aren't a lot of forces in the game, and you can get a lot of Sierras and a lot of Sohos to skill them up, and they make a fantastic 2-man team. So just go over here into repeat. And this team, I'm not sure. It should be fine. The only way that it takes me more than a minute is if my AI is stupid, or if we just run into like a ton of crowd control. So after this, I'll show you guys my Inua auto team. Inua and Medina, I would suggest you bring in units that are just a little bit, tankier, or with a bit of shields or heals, simply because they have crowd control, and because of RNG, there's no guarantee that you're going to be like dodging all the crowd control every single time. My Adonis has not used his shields. Has he used his shields? Oh wait, no, he did. Okay, never mind. Okay, so as you guys can see, I'm not tapping on the screen. If I did, you guys would be seeing it. Not cheating here. This is just how fast my team is. I can show you my orbs on them as well. This might not work in Inua though, but it still works pretty darn well. Okay, so if my Benito would just activate his second skill, this would be over in the next 2 or 3 seconds. Well, it's still going to be over pretty darn quick, to be honest. Alright, now he activates his second skill. See there, he had his second skill available for the longest time. This generally takes me 30 to 40 seconds if my AI is smart, but it's never taken me more than a minute. But then again, once you have all of your core teams, I'm talking Conquest, Hell Auto, and Giants, then you want to start and do Giants, get your crests, and then once all your teams, or at least your Hell Auto team, give them your best orbs, your best crests, and then transition into Nightmare mode. Don't spend too much time in Hell, because I was in Hell forever, and it was just, well, this is going to be a play on words, but it was basically Hell because the drop rate is such shit. It's so much better in Nightmare mode. Disclaimer here though, I'm not sure if my team's going to work in Inua Hell, because I never really used this team back in the day. Let me see. Well, I can't really do anything here, can I? I can do this to get an advantage. Would this be better? Not really. Well, let me just let me just do this. Let me just bring in. This still should be pretty fast, or maybe not. Let's find out. Team should work though. I have decent orbs on all of them. They all have decent crests. One of them, Benito, I think only has 2 good crests on him, and the other 2 are just absolute crap. Rock Jun on concentration, Adonis on defense, and then my Benito also on concentration. Jesus Christ, use your shield, Adonis, and my freaking my freaking Adonis, use your shield, and Benito, use your second skill. I want to make the AI just, I wish if the game would make the AI a bit faster, but honestly it's not that bad. So this right here, this dude, Nerid, I think it is, right? Yep, or Nereid. He has a chill and a freeze, which is what kills you over here. But even if we get frozen, I hope he freezes us, to be honest. I hope he freezes us, because if he does, then that would mean that this team is truly safe. That's just a cooldown reduction. I mean, no, that's basically what Ignis has, the tail swing. So we just got frozen over here. We're going to be frozen for the next... wow, we're going to be frozen for the next 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1. We're still frozen. We're still frozen. Okay, we're still chilled. We're still chilled. We're still frozen. Okay. So we were close. That does not work. You might want to bring in someone else to make the team a little bit safer. All right, let's do this again. I'm gonna bring in. This team should still be pretty fast though. All right, let me just do this. Okay, and go. Also note that we don't have an advantage at the moment, so we don't have the damage amplification or the damage taken reduction, but this should still work. I'll show you guys my orbs in a little bit. Okay, so that's the Francisca buff. Francisca. The worst thing that can happen right now is they just nuke when there's only like one unit in the hitbox. Why aren't they using their skills? Oh my god. The fail nuke. Okay, well, Jun, well, that was his first ability. I mean, his second ability. Okay, that. Here's our strike. And this thing should fall pretty shortly. Honestly, for this team, what my auto team used to be was Francisca, Adonis, and then Yona. But that was just way too safe, and it would take me, I think, close to a minute and a half, or actually I think I dropped it to like a minute at some point in time. But I dropped it to like a minute and within a minute, I think. But still. Oh my god. Oh my god, just kill it already. It's taking so long. Okay, there we go. Alright, so this team should work. We were pretty close to getting our striker skill up again. I would say the best thing to do for Inua Hell and for Medina Hell is to just bring in someone with either a cleanse and high resistance on your team, or just immunity. So status... Wait, what? Okay. Well, let me just show you guys the orbs on all of my units that I used today. So here's Adonis. As you guys can see, a lot of these crests are absolute trash. I'm looking for very specific crests. Okay, I'm looking for very, very, very specific crests. And until I find them, I will not rune him up. Here's my Benito. Doesn't have a lot of crit rate because I gave the title with the 10% crit rate to my Jun. He actually has good crests. Here's my Francisca. I have actually ignored her a lot. She could be sitting at potentially plus 800 or even 900 defense. Yona, we didn't use her. Shalin, we didn't use her. Who else did we use? Alright, we used Jun. He's by far my best nuker. I mean, just his kit allows him to nuke almost everything in the game. And then, yep, we did use Gunter. He has no crest, but if you guys were to crest him, I would suggest Precision. And then we had Soho. I think that's all the units that we used. So today was just... I mean, a lot of people in mid-game or late-game already probably know this, so I'm sorry if you guys didn't learn a lot from this video. But if you did or enjoyed it, please go ahead and subscribe. Tomorrow's video is going to be strictly arena. We are going to be resetting, or the tower will be reset, not the tower. Arena is going to be resetting tomorrow. So right now we're in rank 8. I'm going to try and stay in the top 10. I'm not going to waste any more rubies on getting any more arena swords. I'm content in staying in top 10, and then once I do this, I can bring you guys out a striker video on the best strikers in the game, which might just be in tomorrow's video. So we'll see though. I don't want to make it too long. So anyway, guys, hope you guys enjoyed. Until the next time, Neon out.